Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Wayne, the founder of One Sober to Another. In today's video, we're talking about self-destruction and what it does to us as people in recovery. If this sounds like you or you're interested in this topic, let's get it. Okay, my friends, so I was sitting there this morning and I was thinking about some things in my life like I always do. And it occurred to me that even in my recovery right now, almost 9 years without a single drop of alcohol, I found that I'm addicted to something else. And you might be surprised of what that is, unless you watch the intro of this video. I'm addicted to self-destruction. That's right, folks. Self-destruction has played a large part in all of my life. And if you've ever seen any of my earlier videos, or I don't know, potentially like mid 2 years ago, you would know exactly what I was talking about. So what does self-destruction do to me, this recovering alcoholic? Well, it doesn't matter how good things in my life ever are, I will find a way to sabotage it. And it's not on purpose. It's not because I want to. It's just the nature of what I'm addicted to. I'm used to the bottom falling out. Does that sound familiar to you? If so, do that daggone thing, friends. Leave that comment down below because somebody watching is thinking that they're the only ones that are addicted to self-destruction. Before I go any further, my friends, I just want to give a quick shout out to my friend Rich. Rich, I know you're hurting, brother. I know things are going not so great for you. Give me a call when you're sober. Friends, shout him out. Tell Rich that you're here to support him. Lend a hand and lend an ear and allow him to know that he's not alone in this fight and he can reach out to you as well as me. Now, moving on and back to the subject at hand, I found myself the other day thinking about all the things in my life as I set them up for success ultimately ended in failure, really. And it wasn't because I wasn't good at it. It wasn't because I didn't have the potential. It wasn't because I didn't care about it. It was simply because, and this is after some reflection, that I'm addicted to self-destruction. Now, I grew up in a childhood that was not very ideal. I grew up in adolescence somewhat the same way, where I was just so used to the bottom falling out that became my nature to make that happen if it hadn't already. Because, folks, optimism is a fickle beast. And where I find myself with that is, no matter how much I want something to be better or how much I want to improve the foxhole that I'm in, so to speak, I'm always somehow tripping over my own feet. I'm always somehow making something worse. And it's not intentional and it's definitely not funny, but it's just something I do. Does that sound like you? You know what to do now. Drop that comment so someone else can get some of that. As I was sitting there contemplating how the heck do I always self-sabotage things? Now, friends, I'm 48 years old and in March I'll be 49. And somehow I'm addicted to self-destruction. I don't know what it is about that little red button in life, but I don't know. I think it's because if something goes wrong or if something goes bad or catastrophic or whatever, if I'm alive at the end of it or at the result of it, hey, it can't be that bad, right? And now that's a problem, my friends. And this is how it relates to a recovering alcoholic like myself. It's a problem because it ain't that bad yet is a statement that I used to use when, guess what? That's right. When I was tipping those bottles back, when I was waking up at bus stops without a bus coming by, when I was waking up under trains, when I was waking up on top of roofs, when I was waking up in bushes or peeling myself off of surfaces and knowing, regardless, I'm still alive. And a lot of you probably have the same thought pattern. Now, I can't think for you. So, right. And so that's how it's a problem for me living in the recovery that I'm living. Now, a lot of you know that I am in a separation with my spouse, and that is definitely not a fun experience. That's definitely not how I saw things going. But somehow, in my mind, I am contributing that to self destruction because my marriage was going okay. My marriage was beginning to grow. And somehow, I always find a way to make it not work. Now, we have been progressing a little bit here and there. And you know what? I mean, it's not that I want it to fail. I mean, it's honestly that, I would love for me to come back together with my wife and for me to have my family as a whole. But the damage is done, my friends. I mean, the 23 years that I was an active alcoholic in like true alcoholism, because I drank probably before, the 23 years that I was an active alcoholic, her and I have been married for 22 years, and I've been sober for 9. So we can do math on that, right? That's a long time that she had to suffer with this alcoholic, and that's a long time that she had to deal with my self-destruct button. And a lot of us have that weird mechanism that flips in our brain, regardless of what it is, regardless of how good things are, regardless of how much money we make, regardless of our status, regardless of how much money we don't have. Somehow we'll make it worse. There is light at the end of the tunnel, my friends. And it's not all doom and gloom, even with the daggone self-destruct button. Here's the light. And the reason I'm going to share this with you about the light at the end of the tunnel is because even though we get wrapped around the axle or we try to hit that self-destruct button over and over just because we know it's not that bad yet, we have the ability and the capacity, my friends, to rearrange the way we think about it. And I say that a lot because we are human. We are human and we have the adaptability to almost any condition. The optimism of it is, and the switch and the light at the end of the tunnel of always having to hit that self-destruct button, my friends, is guess what? Are you ready for this? Because this is going to be dramatic and it's going to blow your mind. We can remove the button. We can get rid of the button. We can change what our response is to every situation that we encounter. We can change the way that we behave and the way we feel about our behavior. Now, I'll tell you, for me, I do not like hitting the self-destruct button. I do not like everything blowing up for the sake of blowing up. Do you? Drop that in the comments. So, the light at the end of the tunnel after I remove the self-destruct button is now I have an opportunity. Now I can rearrange the pieces. Now I can see things for what they are a little bit clearer than what I saw them before when I was ready to hit that self-destruct button, because I no longer have to rely on it. I no longer need the easy button in life, and I no longer need to find out how bad can it get, or it ain't that bad yet, because in my active alcoholism, that's exactly what I did, and that's what kept me in the bottom of that daggone bottle, my friends. Look, I'm not here to sugarcoat anything, and I'm not here to tell you you're like me. But I am here to tell you my experiences, and I am here to share my strength and hope with you in hopes that it helps you just a little bit. My friends, you don't have to drink for today, just for today. You don't have to hit that self-destruction button today, just for today. When you wake up tomorrow and everything is all right and there is no wreckage to clean up, you will see just how much easier it gets to put the self-destruction button away. Make sense like two nickels? Look, my friends, I appreciate everybody who has subscribed to this channel so far. And it's not all the time that I post, because I can only post when my life makes sense for me to be here on this channel. I love you guys. Guess what, my friends? Life is a garden, dig it. And I always say my friends, because once we talk, once we trade conversations, we're friends. And you can reach out to me at any given time. I'm going to see y'all in that next one. Have a great day. Bye-bye.